Time now for a look at our weather. Daniel McFarland in for Matt Brode this week. And you've been keeping a close eye on these temperatures because we are solidly into the triple digits.
Yes.
They're sticking there, but how long can we expect?
I do think there's going to be a few days where we don't reach it over the next 7. But
okay, there's the good news.
Yeah, that's the good news. I guess more good news is that there rained, but the bad news is that we have, I think, one more day of potential 110-degree temperatures.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, not very fun. One reason why we're going to be getting that warm is because of how clear it is outside. There's only a few clouds outdoors, and they're mostly near Douglas. If you're around Tucson, most of what you're seeing in the sky right now is going to be some haze from the fire that we were talking about a little bit earlier. But I want to zoom in a little bit closer towards Douglas, because this is really the one area that's seeing any kind of cloud cover at the moment, and you don't really see any here that could be producing any kind of rain. If you look closely, you can kind of see the shadows for these clouds, and what that tells me is these are very high clouds out there, and the high clouds we get around here typically don't produce any rain, and these are going to continue to move on out and basically be all clear for Douglas as we get into the next couple hours as well. In fact, checking out the radar, there's not anything to talk about at all in southern Arizona when it comes to the rain, but that's going to be changing over the next couple of days. I'm looking at some pretty good rain chances, mostly starting off on Friday, and that's probably going to carry on over into Saturday and Sunday as well. But at least as of right now, that dry air has really taken over, and if you've been following for the last couple of days, I've been talking about where that monsoon moisture is, and you can see it's getting further and further away from southern Arizona. It's now over there in central Mexico, and that's going to be the case, I think, for the next couple of days. But we are going to see some changes with that high pressure center we've been tracking that's going to give us more favorable conditions for the monsoon. High pressure is almost right over Tucson right now, but over the next couple of days, it will eventually be right there in central Mexico. That's going to be forcing a lot of that rain potential closer towards us. There's just a couple things we're trying to keep an eye on here. First of which is going to be, is there going to be enough moisture in the air when the high pressure reaches where it's supposed to? I think there's going to be enough, but it does seem like those values are coming down just a little bit. So whenever we look at precipitable water, that number is going to be dropping. The winds are looking right, high pressure is looking right. We're also going to be seeing pretty consistently, I think, southeast wind, which is a great start for monsoon. But this one model I'm showing you right here was showing almost ½ an inch of rain for Saturday and Sunday for monsoon. Now we're down to just over ¼ inch of rain, with maybe 1 or 2 spots seeing a tad bit more closer towards a full inch. That's really where those thunderstorms are going to be popping up for the highest amounts. And one thing I want to show you, because today's the last day that we aren't going to be in monsoon, is that, remember, last year we had the 3rd wettest on record, and we're going to be having a pretty good start this year, even if we just get underneath ½ an inch of rain. The reason why I say that is because last year in 2021, we didn't even see ¼ inch of rain during the month of June, so we might already be off to a better start for this year than what we had last year. We had almost 13 inches here in Tucson. Now, as far as those temperatures are concerned that Sean and I were talking about before, they're going to be back on the way up. So I showed you earlier, 101, 102 for a lot of Tucson. For tomorrow, I'm still looking at about 104 to 105 for most of the area, and then jumping up to about 109 to 111 for a lot of the area here. Now, another spot I want to focus in on is, of course, going to be Nogales. They're not going to be expecting 100 for the day tomorrow. Some humidity is already going to be building up for them, and I do think that's going to be where the best rain chance is going to be starting off on Thursday, and then eventually into Friday and Saturday. Nogales, I think, has a very good chance to see a thunderstorm passing through at that time. But for Ajo and Sells, very dry. They haven't had any chance of rain over the last couple weeks, and things are going to be pretty dry for them for the next couple of days as well. So here you go. Next 7 days, first day of monsoons tomorrow, but it's also going to be the one day over the next 7 that I don't think there's going to be any good chance of rain. It's going to be very dry. You're going to have warmer temperatures. Then on Thursday, some extra clouds are going to begin to move on in. I think we're going to be stopping around 109. The reason why I say that is because there's going to be just a ton of clouds hanging around during that day, and I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of the sun afterwards. Friday and Saturday looking like 2 pretty good days to watch out for monsoon, which is going to be nice. And Sean, as we were talking about before, no triple digits for about 3 days. So
yeah,
that's something
nice.
Great.
And we hope we really get a good spot of rain there. That would be great. That would certainly keep them down.
Yeah, especially this early. Be very nice.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thanks, Daniel. Coming up on News 4 Tucson at 4, the latest from Ukraine as Russian forces dig in a major city and destroy all